and welcome back to the 6th Gear Garage. Today, I'm finally getting around to checking out this 1981 Mercedes Benz 380 SEL that I purchased on eBay for only $330. I never saw the car in person before bidding, but for the price, why not? I already had the $350 Saab 9000 Aero and the $400 BMW 740i sitting in my driveway. Why not further beautify my driveway with this German classic? My neighbors must love me. Mike helped me pick it up with his trailer, and we dropped it off in this exact spot where it has sat for the past 8 months. I then opened the door and sit inside, only to be greeted with the scent of a musty, damp 36-year-old interior. The car doesn't look bad from 20 feet away, but let's have a close look at the exterior. The body looks like a typical Ohio car, although not terrible for its age. I mean, there's 20-year-old trucks around here with a lot worse rust than this 36-year-old Mercedes. It's got the clear coat paint fading on the roof here. The seal around the back glass has seen better days. Looks as if someone might have tried to remedy it with a tube of caulk. This might be why the interior is so musty. Not a speck of rust on this driver's rear fender though. Plenty of rust below the passenger tail light, but none on the driver's side. Bumper's seen some bumps for sure. Now here's some ugly rust. But again, not awful for being through 36 winters. These stone chips, they're actually pretty consistent. The driver's door and left fender were repainted at some point. This one must be original. You got a few rust bubbles up here on the right front fender, and followed by some nice battle scars on the front bumper. These headlights aren't as nice as I had hoped. The UV rays have gotten to them. There's like little tiny shallow cracks in the surface. This grille would actually be really nice if it weren't for this dent over here. So let's check out the interior. Oh, the smell of moist just hits you in the face. Oh, let's open more doors. Air this out. I'm guessing this material was smooth at one time, instead of this current pug wrinkle texture. The rust on the bottom of the doors is a lot less than I would have expected. I mean, the 2001 740i was worse than this. And the carpet's not too bad either. I've seen 10-year-old cars with worse carpet. The driver's seat is decent, just really dried out. The passenger seat, however, is splitting. Now in other cars I've seen, the driver's seat is the first to tear. I wonder if sitting on this leather helped to keep it stretched. I looked on eBay, and these sun visors from these cars are selling for a lot of money. Oh well, these aren't going to sell for anything. Oh, what's this? Some sort of alarm security code there. You know, there just aren't enough clocks in cars these days. And I wish this car ran so I could see this economy gauge in action. If you're wondering, yes, the dash is real wood. Oh, come on, stay shut! So if there are 4x6 speakers in the glove box, then what's... Oh. Looks like somebody slammed the right rear door a few too many times. Oh my, so many waves. Now that was a very satisfying thud. There's a couple of idle speed control modules just chilling in the back seat. 8-cylinder. Here we have some custom storage pockets on top of the rear seat. And some actual storage bins. Ah, darn, no treasures inside. And this one, marked first aid, doesn't want to open. Ooh. Ugh. A 36-year-old first aid kit. Did they put the bloody used band-aids back into the kit? Back when ashtrays were for everybody. I missed this before. It looks like this car did spend some time in the South. Now, let's see what kind of treasures are in the trunk. Ooh, uh-oh. This is never good. No bones, no bones, no bones. Oh, good. Alright, other than that tarp, the trunk is pretty clean. Let's see how the spare tire well looks. Oh, this is actually the wheels that came with the car. The ones in the car now are from a facelift 380 SEL. They call those the Mexican hat or bunt wheels. I see it's also spent some time in New York. Now let's take a look at this 3.8. If I can... Okay, this was probably attached at some point. If I can pull it just right. There we go. Today I learned how to open the hood. It's got these guys on both sides. So this is the V8 3.8 liters, rated at a laughable, by today's standards, 155 horsepower and a probably 3,500 pound car. These came with a single road timing chain, which was known for failure, and to my knowledge this has not been upgraded to the dual road timing chain. I think everything after 1983 received the dual road timing chain, and then 86 was the year of the facelift, and they got a whole different engine in that year. We've got a little bit of rust on the bottom edge of the hood here, but not bad. Let's see, ooh, electrical box. Uh-oh, looks like somebody did some custom wiring. I don't want anything to do with that. Look at those old fuses, though. Now note, this cylinder head, the driver's side, is definitely the original one. Now over here on the passenger side, the seller was truthful in saying it has a brand new passenger side cylinder head, so that's gotta be worth some money. Looking at this engine, I can see why that lower timing chain guide hasn't been replaced. It looks like a lot of work to get down to it. Looks like we had a hungry critter here sometime over the winter. Ladies and gentlemen, the plagued Bosch Jetronic fuel injection. I don't know a whole lot about this, except that I've read that it can be working fine one day and run like crap the next day. I asked Mikey a little bit about this. He knows more about these old Mercedes than I do. And this is basically your air intake here. And then you have all these fuel lines and vacuum lines. And this controls pretty much everything. And as you can see, there's a lot of opportunity for things to go wrong on this car. Let's go see if we can find a battery. Well, thank you, Mustang. We'll have you back together here shortly. This will just be a quick test to see what works and what doesn't work on this car. That was a tight fit, but she'll do. Let's go now and see what happens. What? That was weird. I turned the key forward and the back window rolled down by itself. And it's not going back up. Well, that sucks. I'll have to figure that out before it rains. Weird. Well, let's see how the rest of the windows do. Right rear is good. The right front, no bueno. Let's try some of these switches out. Hazard switch. Just the satisfaction of the click of these switches just feels like these things are built to last. They're from an old James Bond movie or something. Hey, it looks like the hazards work. Well, sorta. One side works. Pretty cool old cargo plane of some sort flying by my house. Okay, so the rear window went down by itself, not because the car was haunted, but because this button was stuck pressed in. So at least I got that fixed now. Oh, what's this? I've got an active turn signal all of a sudden. Uh-oh. It's not stopping. I think I've made it angry. So, in the middle, it's flashing, but it slows down if I turn on the right signal. So, none of these seem to do much of anything. Well, that seems to be a custom button there. Nothing here. It's all up here. This dome light doesn't seem to work at all. We got, I don't even know what this switch does. Don't see it doing anything. Guessing those are the mirrors. Those don't work. Climate control. But I couldn't get this to work at all. Nothing there. Oh, gross! Abort mission! Oh man, that's nasty. That was awful. Look at all the old dust that just shot out of there. Ugh. Well, the fan decided to start working. I think I'm going to stand outside the car for a minute and let this air out. So good news, fan works. Look at all the grossness that it shot out all over the dashboard from the vent. Well hey, I'm kind of happy at least something works on this switch panel. I'm guessing this is the sunroof switch. It wants to work. What's going on with this thing? Nice. Oh, I remember that sound from when I was a kid. My dad had an old radar detector in his car. Alright, let's see if the engine is seized or if it's going to turn over. Well, that's good news. Look at how dry rotted these tires are. I've never seen this bad. I mean, like here, they're just deteriorating. So this was a $47,000 car in '81, and adjusted for today's inflation, that's about $130 something thousand. And here, I got this for $330. It's kind of sad to see an old car like this just kind of fall to pieces, but nobody wants them unless they're diesel. So the parts from this car will probably go towards some of those diesel cars that are still on the road today. Thanks for watching. Turn up your speakers. Definitely built by Germans.